think we are live. Just give me a second to update the Twitter and no, I don't. No, the Twitter and Discord people. Yes, sends now. I've also got messages, it seems. Apologies, just setting things up. How is everyone? Blood for the blood god! Yes. I like how that's what we open up with, this big cartoonish amount of gore. It is cartoonish though, so I mean, it's not like, oh, excuse me. So I don't recall, but I believe this is the first time you guys have seen me animate. You might hear some noise in the background. That's just the roomies talking. It's all good. Also, as a fair warning, just to let people know, the internet was being a little bit spottier earlier, so if we start crashing, that's why. So before we begin, I do want to look for some music. I'm not really sure what to put on is kind of the problem. I'm a bit, unsure, because all the music I'm in the mood for will definitely get the VOD taken down, so that's exciting. This is always the hardest part, is figuring out what music I want to play. So I'm trying to make noise so that you don't have to like hear my roommates chattering, and so we're not eavesdropping in on their conversations and blah 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 blah. We have seen you animate once before. Is that right? I don't recall. It must have been really early. Like, it must have been when I was just starting to stream, because I don't remember that. Jesus. What do I want to even play? What kind of music? Hey, T-Chep. How you doing? We're just trying to figure out what music to play. Twitch cat BTW. What does that mean? What do you mean Twitch cat? I don't follow. Category. It should be under art. Because I did switch it. Why is it still under Minecraft? I changed it to... oh my god. I changed this all already. Like, I changed this all before the stream started. It just decided not to work, I guess. I love it when it does that. This isn't the first time, either. Animation... Done. Are we good? Okay, now the title has Twitch be dumb sometimes. Sometimes? Oh, that's an understatement. Ah, jeez. You know what? I'm just gonna... oh, hey, Shirley. Gonna be animating some stuff today. I don't know how far we're gonna be getting in, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? So if you guys don't know, the art program I use is the same as the program I use for drawing. It's, oh, by the way, how's the music? Is it too loud? Music is fine? I'm here, I guess. Hey, D, how you doing? I know you said you weren't feeling too well. I didn't have the opportunity to respond to your messages, my dude. But, you know, in your defense, I'm here, I guess, is a mood. I like how we spent like a good 5 minutes just awkwardly trying to find music, and then I was like, you know what, screw it, Donkey Kong Country. David Wise makes good music. Yeah, he does. So I'm just going to turn this off for a second. Here's kind of the, other than the blood, here's kind of the current progress we have on the animation. By the way, that's the animation plan. Anyway. Oh, it seems, hang on, is there a frame missing? No, it must have just been a difference between the sketch and the line work. I swear there's like a frame missing or something. Maybe I lowered the opacity of some frames. I did, yeah. Okay, that's what I was seeing. It wasn't missing frames, it was some frames had lower opacity than others. So let's play through that one more time. Let me just The streams I watched today have a common theme. Monkey! Oh wow, that looks great. Thank you, D. If I'm being completely honest, I don't feel like I got the timing that I wanted to down quite well, but you know what, it's... At this point, it's too late to go back, and it's like, you know what, I'd rather just have what I have, you know? Anyway, so, this first bit's gonna be not terribly interesting. We're kind of just looping, so that's exciting. The blood animation is incredibly simple. It's just kind of for the sake of getting it out there, you know. I wish I could animate better or draw. Well, I do too. I think the thing is we all wish we could be better at our... that's sort of the thing as creators, that we always look at our work and we always see the inherent flaws with them, because it's funny. Being a creator is like a trap, because it's kind of like you both are your own... Yeah, we all do, D. But it's definitely a bit of a trap, because as creators, we're both our own biggest critics, and yet also we also have a hard time seeing the mistakes that we make. It's like we can look at another piece of art and point out what we like and what we don't like. But when it comes to our own work, it's a lot harder. We can look at our stuff that we do or don't, and then we're like, something is wrong about this, but I don't know what it is. I've forgotten how to draw, and it's frustrating. It's like, oh, yeah, no, I feel that a lot. I draw every day, right? Both because it's my job and specifically so that I don't forget. Because I don't trust myself to consistently remember. Let's see how that blood looks. Yeah, that works. It's incredibly, it's like simplistic and cartoonish, but it works. I think this is the goriest piece of art I've done in a very long time, and it's so ridiculously cartoonish. You know, I love my job. Anyway, let's, Da, 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 da. Oh, wrong type of folder. We need a new animation folder. Just under line work, we're gonna call this Fox Color. So the difficult thing about animating is that unless I wanted to make a separate thing for separate, like, I guess, color layers, I'm gonna have to do all of the colors on one layer, and that's gonna be, exciting. It's been happening more frequently as of late. I'm not really... Here's the thing, I don't really have experience with forgetting how to draw, as it were, so I don't exactly have a lot of advice to give, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I do not. Sorry. Here, I'm gonna grab his ref. I guess the only thing, pardon me, the only thing I can recommend is, if you can... Why do I have a shortcut for, whatever. The only thing I guess I could recommend is if you haven't been drawing every day, I would recommend trying to do that every day. Maybe it'll help you get back into the swing of things. I don't know. I don't know your specific circumstances when it comes to art. So... Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I never, Okay, so, keyframe of 1. I never specified the frame here. Did you draw more gory art when you were edgy teen? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. It was mostly, like, blood, and it was very, like, anime. It wasn't, like super detailed gore or anything, but yeah, I definitely had my fair share of gory art when I was an edgy teenager. I wish I could draw every day, but I have things I'm being made to do every day that kill my motivation. That's understandable. It can be difficult to have motivation when, because like, that happens a lot, where, to me, actually, is keeping up with motivation. Because there might be something specific or, like, annoying that I have to deal with, and that just sucks the motivation out of me. And then when I don't get motivated, what do? I don't even, like, I gotta be honest, I sleep. A lot of people think I don't sleep. Well, I don't really sleep. No, the problem is I tend to sleep too much. I think that's, like, my big lazy vice, as it were, is I sleep way, way, way too much. Huh, is that a line work thing, or? It is. That's peculiar, you never noticed that. I wonder what... Actually, I think I know what happened. Hang on, let's keep going back. Oh god, not that far. No, I guess I'm mistaken. Well, that's unfortunate here. I'm gonna go back to this keyframe. I'm gonna fix that. Again, how peculiar. How did that happen? I never noticed that before. Anyway, let's get back to colors. Because they feel so bright, don't you know? Maybe that's the music I should be playing right now, Sonic Colors. Ah! If I don't do sad things, I'll be treated like a child. Oh, yeah, isn't that fantastic? Hey, Kaze, how you doing? Seems everyone's kind of today. I'm sorry. I wish I could help. But I'm just the funny cartoon man, so I'll just do the funny cartoons. As you wish, great milk steak. Ah! So would now be a bad time to start chilling. like 15 minutes in. Anyway, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money. You can tell when I'm a bit tight on cash when I start chilling. Now I'm gonna have to leave again pretty soon. When I'll be back. If I'll even be back. Well, if you don't show back up, regardless, it was nice of you to pop in. Get me out of here and that could help. Yeah, I would imagine so. You'll get out of there, don't worry, my friend. You can do it. I'm actually, like, now that I'm getting into, like, coloring, I'm noticing, like, all the mistakes I made on the line art, and, frankly, I'm not sure if I should go back to redo them, because a lot of these are only going to be for, like, a fraction of a second. It's just that this is the only thing that I had to look forward to, and it would just make me want to cry, in all honesty. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, boo, it's okay. Look, again, I'm just happy that you showed up. And, you know, if you can't be here for the whole thing, the VOD will be up on my YouTube in a couple of days, and you'll be able to check it out there. And if not, the VOD will be up on Twitch right after this is done, so you can check it out there, too. Alright? You'll be okay. I guess I could, like... It's just not the same. I just got a live stream for a reason. Yeah, I know, but you gotta take the small victory. You gotta take the small victories, my dude. If you ignore the small victories, that's just gonna make things harder for yourself. You gotta take the small victories where you can get them. You know? If you don't take those small victories, you're always going to be sad. And no one deserves to always be sad. Especially not my friends. I'm getting the distinct feeling I'm gonna have to do a lot of motivational speaking today. Pardon me. That's alright. If people need help, I'll be more than happy to provide what I can. I'm no specialist or anything, but, you know, sometimes it's good to just hear kind words from someone you're familiar with, you know? Kind but practical words. It's important not to sugarcoat anything. This track's been going on for a while, jeez. I hate being a downer in your streams, to be honest, Val. Don't worry about it. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously we're coming here to have a good time, but if you can't manage a smile, don't fake one, for my sake, because that's not healthy. You know? And downer or not, I'd still rather you be here. At the very least, you know, if you're not feeling all that great, I mean, like, obviously this isn't the Dr. Drjoshfox therapy hour, I can only help so much, but if I can help in some way, you know, I'd be more than happy to help. I'd rather you be around people who can help. Also, yo, what's poppin'? Josh, I got something you might be interested in. What might I be interested in? I don't know why I always read your chats like that. Maybe it's because maybe it's because it's all in caps. Click this link. I'm terrified, but let's see. Face rig raffle rules: like, retweet, and follow to enter. Oh yes, 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 yes. Yes, I would very much like a face rig. Thank you, Poppin. Because if I can get like a face rig for these streams, that would be so good. Why now in my suggesteds for Twitter was somebody called that Trump guy showing up? What did I do? Thought you might, if you're interested. Also, you're welcome. Did you enter Poppin? I mean, then again, if you did, we would be remiss. We'd be remiss the delightful sight of your face, and the internet would be a colder place for that. Mm-hmm. Excellent. So how are you poppin'? I would switch between the two. Yeah, that's fair. I can't hear this without thinking of the video that somebody animated of like the Godzilla. Waiting on my friends to go to dinner. Very nice. Where are you going? If you don't mind my asking. University place. Oh, a place at a university. So, forgive me for cheating. I'm going to just duplicate this layer over. I'm gonna name it to specify anticipation frame 01. I did find people who are interested in how I'm able to make the music I do. Unfortunately, I'm horrible at teaching. That's understandable, but, like, you know, I still think it's really cool, you know, that there are people out there who are, like, see your work and are like, oh, man, I want to do that. Especially since your music's really good, dude. Your music is quite good. I quite like your music. It's very, it's good. It's good stuff, I mean. I'm not very good at describing music. I don't want to say ethereal because I know you do like, because I know that, like, you tend to do, no, ethereal isn't a very good way to describe it because you do, like, a lot of, like, synthy, catchy stuff. I don't know why ethereal was the first. You want to know why ethereal was the first one that came to my mind? This music. I think this is my favorite track in the game, actually. Taking from another musician, you definitely are pretty good, D. Yeah, indeed. Kaze is another musician, so... Which I know. I know you know that, but... I do a lot of stuff. Yes, you do! You do a lot of different types of music, and, it's all quite good. Oh, am I gonna have to fix the line? Yeah, you see, this is why I didn't want to fix those nicks in the line art, because of, I'll have to go back and fix them every time I, worked on a frame that used, like, similar line art and whatever. Because of time, I kind of had to cheat a little bit with how I handled the line art in some places, where I would just kind of copy it over and then make fixes as necessary. I recognize that that's probably not the most efficient... Well, not so much that it's not the most efficient, I recognize that that's probably the easiest way for animation to get, like, a little bit mucky, but it's also a case where it's, like... I'm working on limited time here. If I could have, like, unlimited time to where... I mean, I guess I'm the only one setting the time frame, but on the other hand, it's also... I want to have a Halloween special this year for Foxtails, or at the very least for my YouTube, and if I have to release this late, I don't think I'm going to be able to have the time to do that. So, yeah, I'd rather get this done now and have something to show for Halloween. What would you guys like me to do for Halloween? Because I was thinking of doing, like, a Foxtails, but I was also thinking of doing, like, a sort of reading of something, like a bit of creepy poetry, or, like, maybe writing a bit of, like, a creepy short story, or a bit of a creepy poetry, and reading it off in voice. Maybe having a bit of accompanying art, but it would definitely be more about, like, I am reading this. This is me reading the thing, you know? As long as your animation doesn't look like Dingo Pictures, you should be fine. What, you don't like Dingo Pictures? Well, Dingo Pictures is the greatest animated animation studio of all times! I'd love to do my live streams on my computer, but Windows freaking sucks for audio in general. It kind of does, yeah. Generally, when I hear people, like, they want to do music, it's usually, like, they do Apple. Which is a bit unfortunate, because I know Apple is, I don't know. They got their like, just like Windows, they got their positives, but they definitely have their negatives, too. The poetry idea sounds like it could be pretty cool. The problem is, I haven't written poetry in a very long time. Like, the last poem I wrote was 3 years ago, and it was very short, and it was not very good. I have no idea what happened to it. I never posted on the internet. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. macOS is fantastic for music production, but there's no way I could even afford a Mac. Yeah, that's my biggest gripe with Apple, is that their prices are, like, jacked up like no one's business. And I recognize that as someone who buys, like, Nintendo products and whatnot, I recognize that that's kind of rich coming from me, but I'm sorry, like, $300 for a Nintendo Switch, or like $80 for, like, a game, is not nearly as ridiculous for, well, almost, like, what is it, like $3,000 for just a basic MacBook. And I have to get one of those for animation when I go to animation college. Like, I go to school for animation, rather. I think this is Candy Kong's theme. Ugh. I never liked how Candy Kong looked. She always looked kind of gross and weird to me. Yep, typing this on a $1,000 Apple laptop. Mine always have just been huge gifts for birthdays and such. I never got, like, computers and whatnot for my birthday. I would usually get, like, games, which I'm fine with. Like, we had a computer, but it was, like, a house computer. And then my stepfather kind of knew things about computers. He had, like, spare bits, and he was kind of like, you know what, we'll just make a computer for the kids so that they'll get off our backs. Jeez. That's not good. Why did it... Okay, I said it was well solely for handling the stream stuff, but I can't even afford that either. Computers are expensive. Plus, with a little bit of technology, you can also boot Windows from the same MacBook. Yeah, but like, doesn't it run like super janky? Though, like, isn't it at that point? It's not really worth it, especially if you're doing stuff like Music Pro. Like, I might be mistaken. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe it's more efficient that way. I just, I remember like hearing that it's like it's quite janky trying to get it to work. Here, I'm actually gonna actually it's fine like that, but here I'm gonna fix these. I'm gonna change their sort of direction. Oh, Minecart. I think this is Minecart Madness is the name. Yes, I love this song. I've always been like super curious about Music Pro, but like I don't know, I've always found music to be extremely challenging. So like when we had music classes in school or whatnot, I was never good at it. Because I've probably brought this up before, but one of like 1,000 different ideas I have is I want to make a game, and I wanted to compose the music for it because I kind of had like a specific idea for how I wanted it to sound. At the risk of sounding a little bit hoity-toity and pretentious. Of course, I could always just the difficulty is I don't think I'd be able to explain it. It's with the Mac OS in some cases. Interesting. It's not for everyone. Oh, I know it's not for everyone. I don't believe there is a craft that's for everyone. It'd be nice if there was, but no. I mean, I think anyone can do anything, but that doesn't mean that they're going to have an easy time with it, or they're going to be able to wrap their head around it. Like, here's actually the thing. Sort of controversial opinion, I do believe in talent to a certain extent. Not in, like, the traditional Hollywood way of, he was a savant who could just do things because shut up. No, it's very different than that. It's just sometimes with the way that your brain is wired, you kind of have, yeah, no, there's a lot of liner kind of kinks I'm noticing now that I need to fix. It's just some people have the way that they're wired, they just have a more natural aptitude for doing something. And the thing is, I would argue the way my brain was set up, I do not have a natural aptitude for art. If I'm giving too much away, what would the game be about? It would be sort of a 90s kind of mascot platformer kind of affair. It would be 2D, but with a... Oh, something's bothering my roommate. I think he's like playing like Apex or something, and if I've learned anything from watching him play Apex, the people on there are not very good at the game. Anyway, it would be a mascot. I think I have posted concept art of the character before onto Twitter and whatnot. It would be a mascot platformer, and the sort of gimmick of the game would be that the main character would have a tail, and it would be sort of stretchy and prehensile, and he'd be able to use it and move around. Think Rystar, but with flow like Sonic the Hedgehog. I have talent in playing piano, but I never honed my skills. I picked it up quickly, but I'm not good at it by any stretch of the word. That's a good way to put it. You could definitely have like an ability in something, but like not necessarily be good at it. Because I know plenty of artists where I can look at them and say, yeah, I would say they have a decent amount of skill or like talent, but they don't have like skill because they never honed it. Or they started honing it and then eventually they stopped. Yeah, I think I've posted. Yeah, I've definitely posted art about Grips the opossum. No, that wouldn't be the name of the game. I'd want to come up with a better name because that screams Sonic the Hedgehog knockoff. And I don't have skill in art references, confuse the heck out of me, turning my art more and more. Well, like I said in the previous art stream I did, when you have references, if you're finding them difficult to work with, I find kind of tracing them over with basic shapes to help break them down helps a lot. Because sometimes I have problems with that too. And it's frustrating when people be like, oh, well, references will automatically make your art better. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's all about being able to absorb that information. And if you can't absorb that information, then it's like, you know, like, it's about knowing how to adapt the refs to your mindset, I guess you could say. Or instead of like, and here's the thing, I'm not decrying using refs, obviously not. Like, I think it's a good thing to use refs, but, you know, people have to use things differently depending on what kind of learner they are. Or how they absorb information, and sometimes you gotta do things a little bit more different and unruly and a little bit weird. Now, that doesn't mean you should just wholesale trace a piece of art and then be like, I drew that, that's mine, but like... References are essential. They are, yes. At least I often find that. I mean, obviously, if you're doing like a silly little doodle, then it's not as big a deal. And obviously, well, I did reference stuff for this animation, but it was like videos and whatnot, rather than like pieces of art. It was like stuff from cartoons and a lot into like anime and things like that. I love, one of my favorite parts of just animation is like ridiculous like in between frames. Like this one of oh dear, did I have I been like coloring on the liner layer? I really hope not. I really hope I haven't been coloring on the liner layer, otherwise I'm going to be a grumpy boy. I can only draw standing and sitting poses because everything else I try to draw looks awful. Well, how often do you try? The thing is the main thing I would recommend is just grab a scrap piece of paper and just draw a bunch of poses you find difficult over and over and over again. Don't put detail into them, just super loose gesture drawings, and just keep at it. Life drawing, just like references, is super helpful. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get something off my finger. I don't know what it was. Anyway, it's gone now. But life drawing can be super helpful. Just not just like referencing a piece and being okay, well, how can I reinterpret this to work with my character or my style, but just straight up just being like, I'm gonna try my best to copy this thing. I draw as often as I can, which isn't very often. Well, the fact that you're still trying to draw as often as you can, even if it's not as much as you'd like, I think that that's still a good thing. I think, you know, despite how often you put yourself down, I think you do have a willingness to learn, and that's enviable. A lot of artists I know don't. They just give up like immediately because like or even not even just art. Something I hate hearing was, oh, I can't even draw a stick figure. Yes, you can. Oh, there's the dog. Hang on. Oh, where's the La Rubric Pog? For some reason, it's not showing. Oh, there we go. Dog Pog. There we go. Yeah, you see, T-Chep was on the ball. How you doing, T-Chep? You were in, Abyss's stream earlier. By the way, thank you for popping into his stream. I'm trying to help him get more viewers and whatnot, because he was thinking after Drawtober is done, he was going to keep streaming. And I'd like him to do... Holy god dang! Super Sama rating with a party of 13! Sama, jeez! Holy jeez! Dude, thank you very much for the raid. Sorry I haven't, like, talked in a while or anything. How are you doing? It's going great. I'm just sitting here animating. Well, right now I'm coloring, but coloring in an animation. And for all you new people coming over from Zahama's stream, hi, my name is Drjoshfox. I'm an artist. I also sometimes stream games. I create the YouTube series Foxtales, which is a storytime series where I just sort of tell dumb little stories set to art and animation. We're super excited to have you guys here. But, yeah, I'm doing really good, Sahama. How are you? Like, the second you say, oh yeah, by the way, while I'm at that, you guys should look up, Midnight Abyss 21. Because it's good stuff. I'm doing very good. I mean, good. I mean, that is a mood right there. But I know I'd feel even worse if I did give up. That's fair, D. And, yeah, I would feel, yeah. Anyway, sorry, folks. Here, I'm just gonna play the animation for, people who want to see how it's looking so far. For new folks coming in. Mood. Obviously, well, hang on. I'll get rid of, like, the colors because they're a little bit distracting. Let me just, That is the animation. Alright, it's still a little bit of it's still a work in progress. Looks like my last trip to the hair trim. Oof. The thing is that, this is gonna carry on playing Party Animals. Ooh. What's the 20 behind your name, me there, Vodka Mutini? Oh, you went to TwitchCon. Okay. But, Marta Bulk, it's funny that you mentioned that because the thing I'm animating this for, it's specifically for, a video about hair and ridiculous and terrible haircuts I've had. TwitchCon that was canceled. Feel bad, man. I mean, hey, at least Vodka Mutini still got the, love that name, by the way. Still got the, oh my god. 21 viewers! 21 viewers! Sahama, my dude, oh no, milk steak! You guys need to understand, my average viewership is about, well, what would you say, guys? About 5, 6? So when I get, like, a bunch of people like this in, it's super crazy. Well, most of my viewers were asleep because it's super late. Well, maybe it's late where you are, probably. It's about 6:45 where I am. Or wherever your viewers are, I don't know. You know what I just realized I unintentionally did? Yeah, between 5 and 10. Also, DC Parts just nice. It's getting close to 1. Holy jeez, Sahama. How long were you streaming? But you know what I just realized? With the, I am glad, smiley face. But with the, I guess you could say barber cover thing of the brown hair, I accidentally colored Fox like Jane animations, and I didn't even mean to do that. Oops. But I guess while we're here, now would be a friendly reminder. Now would be a friendly time, a good time to shill a little bit. Yeah, Fenbot saying we're happy to see you all. To shill a little bit, I got me some cool emotes if you sub. Not to overreach and be greedy or anything, but like, you know, most of them are available at the first tier. However, I believe. Thank you for the follow, Vodka Mutini. Welcome to the Fox Den. Kick up your feet and relax. I'm glad because I think I lost a follower. It was either today or yesterday. I think I lost a follower. Not sure why. Maybe they just weren't enjoying my content as much anymore. Which, I mean, that's fair. That's completely within their right. But yeah, anyway, you get access to these cool emotes, and you help me to continue living. So that's a good thing. Glad I could give you some of my thoughts. Yeah, again, thank you so much, Sahama. Like, jeez. Again, I'm sorry I haven't, like, spoken much or anything, like, in the Discord or hit you up or anything. I'm, I forget. I forget. I'm just super dumb about that sort of thing. Friends, family, I'll always, like, forget to, like, hit people up. And I hate that because it's, like, I worry that people are like, oh no, maybe he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Time to pop out again. Hopefully not for long. Hopefully when I'm free, I'll still be here. Don't worry at all, please. Okay, Saham, I'll keep that in mind. I am, like, in 100 Discord. I can't talk at all of them either. That's fair. Hello, Lyoko! Also, we'll see you later, Kaze. Thanks for popping in. Good luck with what you need, whatever it is you need to do. I'm not sure what that thing is, but good luck with it. You can do it! I believe in you. Everyone, send good vibes to Kaze. He's a super cool dude. Also, apologies for the shilling. I recognize that might not be the best first look. But when you small time Twitch streamer, sometimes you gotta shill, you know? Hell, even when you're a big time Twitch streamer, you gotta shill. I think he's pretty cool. He is. He's a really cool dude. He's super sweet and very, very, very kind-hearted. I also just realized Shirley Vega might get kind of a kick out of this, but the long brown hair and the purple kind of not shirt, but what kind of looks like a shirt, kind of reminds me of their character too. Milksteak. Ah, yeah, Octodab. The octopus sends Kaze a good vibe. Well, the octopus is a good boy, so of course he would. He's a good boy like that. Ooh. That's such a mood. Just how the music starts to ramp up and then just ooh. Oh, and by the way, you can bass boost and do other things, so that's exciting. Milksteak is kind of the king of that. We have someone, another Mike often tries to bass boost, but he doesn't seem to tend to have the patience to save up the snacks for it. So snacks are a sort of alternative channel point that relates to my my bot. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, T-Chat. I should really just make you a mod, T-Chat, because you tend to be more on the ball about these sorts of things than I am. I should really just probably make you a mod at this point. Yeah, like, geez, you're already on top of, like, the Fenbot shop and things like that. Like, I always forget to do that. Oh yeah, there's like I always forget there's like actual like backing track to this song. It's not just ambient noise. Okay, we've dipped down to 15 viewers, but that's still really damn good. Like, I don't think I've had that many viewers since the, I want to say the SpongeBob Rehydrated streams. There may have been, like, another thing, like a Fallout stream or something, but, like... If it was someone I made, it would have made me more sad. I see you. Yeah. Oh, by the way, hi, Dresser. Yes, I'm animating today. That's exciting. We'll animate for food. And by food, I mean subs and possibly donations. That's something else. You can donate as well. If you don't want to really sub, but you still feel like spending a few bucks my way, you can donate to my coffee. Again, apologies for all the shilling. Oh, I thought I had a thing for donating. Hang on. Quick, to the commands. Oh, I think it's tip. I always forget. I forget my own heckin' commands. That's how bad I am at that thing. Again, I should really get... No, tip. Singular. There we go. And remember, if you tip me your sub, that keeps Fenbot fed. Anyway, no more shilling. I'm done shilling. Sorry. I know it can be annoying, so let's Oh, hi, babe.
Hey.
Everyone, my boyfriend just decided to pop in.
I can't sit on the couch because it's stuff.
I mean, you could always move the stuff. T-Chep says, Blitzio! He just made a cat noise. I'm assuming that's hello. Yeah. Animation is cool. I've been watching... Oh, DC Buzz says hi. Also, yeah, there's karaoke time with channel points. Alright, hang on. Yuya Takashi's YouTube channel, and the stuff he does is honestly crazy. Yeah? Hang on, I gotta look up the lyrics for my humps. What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk. I'm gonna get you drunk. Get you a little drunk on my hump, my hump. My hump, my hump, my hump. My hump, my hump, my hump. My hump, my hump, my hump. My lovely little humps. That is... I forgot that just how awful that song is. So yeah, there's lots to do on this channel, both with money and without money. So, you know, that's exciting. What's adorable? What, me singing my humps? I hope not. I don't know. I thought that was horrifying, frankly. No, Blitzio making the cat noises. Yeah, he do that. It cute. Even though he not a cat. I've never heard the song, just the reputation. You don't need to listen to it. It's not good. It's not good. You don't need to listen to it. I mean, it's kind of funny. Those who don't know, Yu Yu Takashi is a Japanese freelance animator who does a few things for Toei Animation. I've learned him from his work on Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. I just, I kind of forgot where I knew him from. Of course, I think he got involved with Dragon Ball Super after they, actually raised the animation budget, and there wasn't as much crunch. Drjoshfox just saying it better than the actual song anyway. I guess, but that's not exactly a glowing recommendation. Again, I guess the song is funny. There's at least that. Like, it's a funny song. It's really funny. But the thing is that it wasn't written to be funny. It was written to be sexy, and it's like the most unsexy song. Like, I'm sorry, if someone tried to play that for me to be sexy, that would just be like, wow, I'm immediately turned off. Thanks for playing, but no. Where did you end up moving everything?
The box over here.
Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, there's a big old couch down here in the basement, and we recently moved some stuff around. So there was stuff all over the couch. Because we've got a nice big old setup in the living room now. We've got game systems and things like that, and it's super cool. Okay, yeah, no, we're on color, thank God. I was about to poo. So, babe, you missed it, but Super Sahama came in and, like, raided with, like, a party of 13 people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was like, oh my God! Look how mad he looks in this frame. I love it. The day I write sexy music is when I'm being held against my will. Guess I should write sexy music then. Oh, D. Not like that's hard to do. That song's aged like baby salad greens. I'd say it's aged more like old milk that's already ruined and yogurty and ugh. That's already developed into a culture, you know? Milksteak, you are a cutie. Gotta head out for a bit. Hopefully I'll be back for the stream ends. Okay, Lyoko, see you in a bit. Assuming the stream, I'm assuming you show back. If you're not back by the time the stream's done, it was cool for you to pop in. Thank you very much. So how's your day been?
It's good.
What you been up to?
No, nothing.
What does oh nothing mean?
Nothing.
I don't believe that.
No, just nothing.
Sure. Okay. So for all of those new folks who showed up, how we doing? If you feel like sharing, of course. Oh, and then there's Fenbot being like, by the way, check out the Twitter. Fenbot, I said we were done chilling. I'm just gonna blob it on here and fix it as need be. Pretty good? Dresser, you don't sound sure about that. I've been like super busy today. Like I've been doing so much work. Like jeez. Like I somehow or some way managed to work on everything I need to work on to some extent today. Like I finished a commission from the queue. I managed to update D with, admittedly it wasn't a particularly big update to D's commission, but it was still there. You know, I did some video editing, and now I'm just animating. So I'll have done at least a little bit of something for the whole day. That's good. Anyone get up to anything interesting today? It's looking great, by the way. Thank you, D. Do you mean the commission, or do you mean the animation? I'm assuming you mean the commission. I'm glad that you're liking it, because I wish I was a little bit further along it than I was, but especially since it's fairly complex, so it's kind of a case where it's like I want to make sure it. But oh, thank you. Didn't you mention in midnight stream you took a nap today? I did take a nap. I took a nap to recharge because I needed that nap because I. Other than the nap, I've been working all day. So it's like, I needed that. I needed a break. Both. Thank you, D. It wasn't terribly long. It was like a couple of hours. I did work on more music. Awesome! That's great to hear, my dude. I always look forward to more music. More music, more music. No one's gonna understand that reference. I guess I could go for a reference that's both a deep dive and but like still a little bit more international. We want music, we want music, we want music. This is another really good song. I believe it's Fear Factory. This is another really good track. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so here's a question for more musically inclined folks in the chat. What system do you feel had, like, not on a technical level, but just in terms of how it sounded, had the superior sound? It's with a plugin that's completely free, but as powerful as some paid plugins. Oh, that's awesome! It's always nice when you find, like, stuff that's free, but, like, still good. And then there's DaVinci Resolve, which is extremely powerful and it's free, but like it just, because it's extremely powerful, it does not want to work on most computers. Like, I have a pretty decently powerful computer, and I mean, for what I paid for it, I have a pretty decently powerful computer, and it does not like to play ball. So I'm just wondering, it's like, what the hell kind of workstation do I have to have, you know? Anyway, I was gonna ask. Oh, that's right. But not on a technical level, but in terms of how it sounded for the more musically inclined folks in the audience, what do you feel had the better like sound card, or sound chip, the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis? Because I've heard both sides of that argument. I've always been like really curious about like I've heard both sides of the argument, more so from people who aren't as musically inclined. So I've always been kind of curious about like folks who maybe have like a better grasp on that sort of thing. I know that it's sort of a case of it is taste regardless. It's not that I'm trying to definitively determine which one is better. I like them both, but I'm just kind of curious. Personally, I prefer Sega Mega Drive over the SNES because I like the synthesizer more than I do samplers. That's just me, though. I think it depends on the song, because on one hand, you've got, like, some Sega Genesis soundtracks are phenomenal, like Rocket Knight Adventures 2, like Mickey Mania, Sonic, all the Sonic games, Castlevania Bloodlines. But then you've got, like, Sonic Spinball, you know? But then you've got, like on the Super Nintendo, there is some absolutely stunning like soundtracks on the Super Nintendo. Castlevania 4, the Donkey Kong Country games, A Link to the Past. You've got all of those, but then you've also got stuff like I think it's Terminator 2, where it sounds like chicken farts. Or this might be a controversial opinion. I actually don't really like the Mega Man X sound font. I think it works well for the first game, but that's about it, if I'm being honest. The kind of overdone kind of electric guitar, I've just never liked that sound much. Like, it can work. I like how it sounds in like, say, what's it called? Mutant Apocalypse, the SNES X-Men game. I like how that sounds, and I think that uses the same sound font. I like the first Mega Man X's soundtrack. But then you hear like Mega Man like X3, and it sounds ridiculous. It just I don't know. I don't like X3's soundtrack. There's like maybe one track in that game that I like. Mega Man X2's I don't remember much of. I would have to play that game again. But, like, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, FM synthesis is difficult to use. So when there are bad Mega Drives, they're especially bad. Oh, God, yeah. He's kind of the problem, though. It's like, I can't think of, like, specific examples other than Sonic Spinball, because that's, like, the most infamous one. Even though it's far from the worst. It's the one that most people think of, because it's Sonic the Hedgehog, right? And Sonic the Hedgehog always managed to make good use of the Sega Genesis sound card. But, like, yeah, when it's bad, it sounds like dying cats. Or, like, an orchestra of ducks just farting. It just... Sega! Was this the... Yeah, this is the credits, that's what I thought. Alrighty, I need to go lay down. Yeah, no, Sahama, you go rest. If it's like 1 a.m. where you are, you should be sleeping. Will do. Have a wonderful rest of your stream. And again, thank you so much for the raid, Super Sahama. Like, that was crazy. You have a good one, too. Everyone send Super Sahama your love. But I'll be sure when I have money to throw you a sub because my sub is expired, so I should probably do that. At least I think my sub expired. Let me see. Has expired? Let me see. Yeah, it's expired. You don't have to. Yeah, but I want to. I like supporting cool people. Unfortunately, I don't really have the money for it right now, so. That's why I was chilling so hard earlier. But anyway, D had said something and I kind of missed it. Unfortunate. We're living in hard times. You can use that money on other stuff. Yes, but I can also use it to support other people who are also living through hard times. So there you go. If you listen to a Mega Drive soundtrack from the game from 2019, you'll hear the most rich technical soundtrack of the entire library of games. Look up Xeno Crisis if you need more music. I'll definitely look into that, but when I think of like really good like Sega Genesis music, I think of hang on. I think of Rocket Knight Adventures 2. No pressure. You stay awesome. You too, Sahama. Take care, my dude. The name of the channel that uploaded this, Vintage Gamers Paradise. I thought it said Gangsta's Paradise, and it's like, oh no. Though I'll definitely look up Xeno Crisis because that sounds familiar. Streets of Rage OC. Oh yeah, also really good. Castlevania Bloodlines. Some of the best game music you'll ever hear. It might actually have my favorite like Castlevania soundtrack. Like if not that, then Symphony of the Night. 4 also has a really good soundtrack, but like my god, friggin' Bloodlines, so good. Xeno Crisis, in my opinion, blows most others' Mega Drive soundtrack. Again, I'll be sure to give that a listen because that has me very curious because I do like the Sega Genesis sound font. I like them both. It's just a case where it's like, yeah, when it gets bad, it gets bad. It's like screaming, dying cats or duck farts or whatever else have you. Now, again, there's definitely bad Super Nintendo music tracks too. Like I said, Terminator's. I think it's Terminator. I say Terminator. Maybe I was thinking of Last Action Hero, but or Wayne's World on the Super Nintendo. Like that butchering of I think it's Bohemian Rhapsody. In that, yeah, it's Bohemian Rhapsody. They do like Bohemian Rhapsody in the Wayne's World Super Nintendo game, and it is okay. It is audio diarrhea. Please forgive the rather visceral sort of description, but it is audio diarrhea. Like, it is some of the worst game music I've ever heard. And I love Bohemian Rhapsody, so when I hear it, like, done, like, well, what kind of sounds like a coffee grinder, I die a little inside. It came out in 2019, so it has the benefit of over... Yeah, I love that when, like, somebody makes, like, a new game for, like, old hardware. Like, oh, what's the name of that? There was, like, a new game that came out on the Genesis Mini. Or at the very least, it's on the Genesis Mini, and it came out in the 2010s. I'm trying to remember the name. It also had, if I remember correctly, it had quite nice music. How about The Adventures of Batman and Robin for the... Oh, yeah. Good stuff. The Adventures of Batman and Robin on Super Nintendo also had a really good soundtrack. It also looked really nice, too. Like, just The Adventures of Batman and Robin on both systems got a really good treatment. Just in different ways. I'd argue the Genesis version is more technically impressive, but the Super Nintendo version is more aesthetically pleasing. And both of them are really fun, too. They're both hard. Like, they're both really hard. I think the Genesis game is harder, if I remember correctly, but... Yeah, no, the Batman soundtrack on Genesis is really good. Oh, I love this song. The first stage music, like the first stage proper, like stage 1-1 to 1-3 for Rocket Knight Adventures 2 is so good. Um, it's actually funny. Did you, here's sort of a fun little fact. Rocket Knight 2 has the subtitle of Sparkster, right? Like, it's called Sparkster, Rocket Knight Adventures 2. But, when it's released on the Super Nintendo, the game was just called Sparkster, and it was more or less just a remake of the first game, but with, like, the artistic style of the second game. At least, if I'm remembering correctly, that's what it was. I never played, Sparkster on Super Nintendo. I only ever played it on, Genesis. Because it's just better on Genesis, from what I understand. The SNES game was totally different. Beat the game with the help of my brother. The Mega Drive version soundtrack was made by the same guy who made Assassin's Creed 2 soundtrack. Really? Like, do you mean Batman? Or do you mean, Sparkster? I'm assuming you mean Batman, because, like, I believe Sparkster is a composer, for Batman and Robin, yeah. Okay, that's what I figured, because I believe, almost all of Sparkster's development was handled in Japan, so... It's a shame this series never took off. Like, I know that there was a new game, I think it came out, like, 10 years ago on, like, the Xbox 360. But, like, I wish it took off, because I like these games a lot. You mean Jesper KY Kid? Yeah, D, I think you're behind. Not by much, though, because you still managed to catch me asking about, did you mean, Batman and Robin? Oh, you know what's another, like, I know this is kind of like a no-duh, but you know what else has, like, a really fantastic, like, soundtrack for, like, a Genesis game? Sonic 3D Blast. Oh, yeah, you welcome back, Kaze. I thought you were going to be gone for, like, hours. No, dude, I've only been up for like an hour 17. Of course I was still going to be up. You're acting like you're going to be gone for like 10 years, my dude. Yeah, no. Welcome back. It's good to have you. We missed ya. We're talking about game soundtracks, Mr. Oh, speaking of Mr. Music Man, my family is very fickle. Sonic 3D is good. Yes, it has a fantastic sound. Though I actually prefer the Saturn soundtrack, but that's just because I love that sound for Sonic music. Your family's very fickle. Yes, from what you've told me they are. Anyway, but I want your professional opinion, Mr. Music. Might be one of my favorite soundtracks. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. But I want your just real quick though, Kaze. I want your opinion, Mr. Music Man. What game? Not based on technology, because that's the Super Nintendo, but in terms of just sound, what do you feel like has a better sound card? Chip, the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis? Now, so far we have D for the Genesis. I'm sort of in the... obviously, I'm not a music man, but I'm sort of in the middle, where I think both are capable of doing good and bad. I think if I had to pick between them overall, it's probably the Super Nintendo, but, like, when a Genesis soundtrack slaps, it slaps. Both are good, but I love... That seems to be the overall opinion, is the Genesis. That's actually surprising to me, because as I sort of grew up, I always heard, like... And, would see people, like, giving, like, their opinions on this. I always heard people preferred the Super Nintendo. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of the best soundtracks. I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think out of the, well, I was gonna say out of the 2D games, but then I remember to, like, Sonic CD and, like, Sonic Mania. But, like, out of the original Genesis trilogy, I think it has the best soundtrack. Also, Knuckles Chaotix is quite good, and it uses the same, sound chip because the 32X doesn't use a separate sound chip, I think. I think it uses the same one. Or it just augments the sound chip. It isn't a completely different one. Like say on, like, the Sega CD, because it's using a CD, it's able to, create CD quality sound, though I think it also had a different sound chip. might be personal bias given I grew up on Sonic. Well, I also grew up on... Well, I grew up on both Sonic and Mario, so it was... I grew up on both Sega and Nintendo, so it was... Though I didn't grow up on Sega consoles, I grew up playing the games on GameCube. But I did... my first experience with Sonic was on a Genesis. It was Sonic and Knuckles. I don't really see right to compare SNES and Genesis sound. In my experience, it's like comparing an orchestra with a big rock band. They both have major strengths, but I think the biggest piece is for each, and to think of what their mood tries to convey. That is fair, but it's also just a case of these are two systems that are classic rivals. And, you know, in a lot of respects, you know, it probably isn't very prudent to compare them. But on the other hand, you can also, like, compare, like, what kind of sounds do you like? Maybe you like jazz better than rap, and that's a completely valid opinion. But that's still a good point, DC. Yeah, and I believe D said Mega Drive has higher highs but lower lows. I do agree it has lower lows. I'm not sure about higher highs because like I'm thinking of like some like really like good like Super Nintendo soundtracks like Final Fantasy VI or like ActRaiser. And those are like some of them, or Super Metroid, and some of those are like some of like the most iconic game soundtracks of all time. So that's a bit harder to say. And that's kind of why I think I prefer the Super Nintendo. I feel like that the lows of the Genesis are greater. Hitoshi Sakamoto made really good orchestral music on the Mega Drive. He did, yeah. There's something about that sound, specifically that twangy-ass bass. Yeah, it is good. You like jazz? I have a surround sound speaker set up for my computer. Oh, God, yes, fantastic. Are you listening to the Rocket Knight soundtrack? On surround? Because, oh, man, you have not lived until you hear, like, a really good Genesis soundtrack on surround. SNES does sell some fantastic OCs. So, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, ActRaiser, Final Fantasy VI. 4 is also really good. I actually kind of prefer 4, but I do think that 6 is more iconic. Donkey Kong Country, we were just listening to that. The Donkey Kong Country games all have fantastic music. It's a bit basic, but I also quite like Super Mario. I also quite like Super Mario World soundtrack. It's a bit basic, but I think that the actual, like, melodies and whatnot are quite good. I think they're quite charming. Yoshi's Island soundtrack is fantastic. Like, it's so good. Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse is another one with a really good soundtrack. The Disney Super Nintendo and Genesis games in general have really good music. Except for Fantasia. That game sounds like garbage. Mega Drive doesn't have full stereo. You can only do center, hard, left, and right panning. Oh, you can hardly hear the music? Oh, okay. Oh, I know, but there are, like, I know, D, but there are people who will, like, take the music and they'll, like, rework it to work in surround. And it works surprisingly well. Hey, I am Victorious01. How are you doing? I hope the music isn't overbearing. I turned it up because Dressert said he could barely hear it, and frankly, for Rocket Knight 2, that's a crime. Oh, another really good Sega Genesis soundtrack. I even brought this game up earlier, Rystar. Rystar has a godly soundtrack. Like, what's it called? Like, Breaking Silence? Like that one song? Like, in my top 10, like, best game songs of all time. And I have full bass on. So, Dresser, would you say that it's bass boosted? I'm great, how are you? I'm doing quite well. I'm victorious. Earlier we had this big raid. Super Sahama came in with like a raid of like 13 people, and then Vodka Mutini. I don't know if Vodka Mutini's still watching, but they followed, and then I shilled a bunch, and we've just been here animating. Rystar's pretty underrated, huh? Oh god, yeah. I wish more people played it. It's really good. But, like, in an age of, like, Sonic the Hedgehog, It was hard to make a name for yourself, you know? And that's a shame, because I do legitimately feel like that Rise Star was really, really good. I'm just gonna fix up something with a liner that's bothering me. It was released in 95, the Saturn was out. Yeah. But let's be real, the PlayStation was out. Look, I love the Saturn, you need to understand, but, like, the PlayStation was out. That's the real reason. It was in Sonic Mega Collection, wasn't it? Shame you had to go out of the way to unlock it, though. Rise Star? I don't think so. I know that in Mega Collection Plus, they had... No, wasn't it? No, it was in Sonic Gems Collection they had Vector Man. Ooh, another really good soundtrack, Vector Man. I love the Saturn. Oh, I adore the Saturn. I adore the Saturn. It's one of my favorites. Comic Zone has good music. Yeah, I've never actually played Comic Zone. Is it any good? I heard it's really good. Imagine if Sega was still a powerhouse today. Here's kind of the thing about that. So, Howard Drozen also did music for Sonic 3. Yes, he did. Also, so did Michael Jackson, but he refused to... everyone knows this, but he refused to be credited because he didn't like how the sound card sounded with the music he composed for the game. Comic Zone is difficult. Yeah, I've heard that. There's a lot of, like... Jeez, what's going on upstairs with the dog? I'll just be back in just a tick. Have to check up on the dog. And we're back. Sorry about that. Dog was just someone came in. She was excited. Anyway, let's see what I missed. Master of Monsters. Never heard of it. Oh, Rystar was unlocked by playing 3 of the games inside my collection 30 times each. Kind of an novel. That is weird. Gunstar Heroes is his favorite map, but a lot of people think it's grating on the ears. I've actually never played Gunstar Heroes. Gunstar definitely goes a bit harder than most games, but it seems appropriate given the game's intent. Oh, yeah, from what I understand, it's quite hard. Speaking of grading on the ears, Sonic Spinball options menu. Oh, god damn. Yeah, no, we brought that up earlier. And that... Ugh. It's so bad. You know what has like a super uneven soundtrack? Hiya and good evening. Hey, Geekfox! You see, but never played Gunstar Heroes for your stream game. Anybody? Yeah, I might. That'd be fun. I wouldn't mind doing that sometime, playing Gunstar Heroes for the stream. Geek! How you doing, Geekfox? We were talking about game soundtracks. That's exciting. Ah! Why are we eyeing? But sure, streams are fun. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing like Gunstar. I would love to do Rocket Adventures too, even though like I mean, obviously so is Gunstar Heroes. Those games are hard, and you will see me get so upset while playing them, but I love them. I'm fine. About to button smash my game controller later. Really? What game? Yeast Origin, playing as the Claw, and the storyline changes. The Claw. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. I don't know anything about Yeast. Melee combat focus character. Oh yeah. Emulation could open a new world worth of playing stuff if you stream if you're okay with doing it. Maybe. What I'd have to figure it out is kind of the difficult part. For the Genesis Collection, I think the workshop was working 8 Adventures 2 on it. I think. These games are like Legend of Zelda on steroids. Okay. How long are we in the soundtrack? Oh yeah, no, we're almost done. I might put on Xenocrisis because D's been hyping it up. So, Gunstar Heroes is developed by Treasure. Yes, it is. The guy who made Xenocrisis soundtrack made a cover of Sonic Spinball's options music with more palatable instruments. It's so funny to me that that soundtrack is so terrible that like people are like recomposing it and whatnot. I think a big reason why I think it affects so many people is that Sonic is known for having good music, and so when there's like a bad track in a Sonic game, it feels wrong. It's like, why? It doesn't feel right, you know? Funded by ex-Konami devs. I see they got out while the going was good. Is Treasure still around? I don't think they are. Did they, like, Fold in like 2004 or something. Sin and Punishment is also developed by Treasure of Law. Yes, it is. Although I think the IP is owned by Nintendo, but I might be misremembering that. Nintendo actually owns a few like weird IPs. Like, did you know that they're actually the current holders for the Fatal Frame series? Like, and I don't mean like they just distributed it. No, like they own Fatal Frame now, at least to some extent. They are, but I think they're either not making anything or just Japan only game. That's unfortunate if they're only making games in Japan, because Treasure made some really good stuff. Like, I might be misremembering, but didn't they also help work on Luigi's Mansion? Which is like a really weird thing to get Treasure to do, but like... Well, there's an assist trophy in Smash, so I kind of... Well, yeah, true, but, you know, there's also an assist trophy of, like, Pong in Smash. And Knuckles and Shadow, so it's like... I'm a bit disappointed that that Sin and Punishment reboot didn't do better, because... Like, Star Successor, because, like, it would have been cool if they kept making them. I know that, the new... I know that Kid Icarus Uprising is kind of Sin and Punishment-y, but, like... It's still not quite the same thing. It also has a really awkward control scheme that ruins your hands. I wish we get more new games from Nintendo's other IP. Yeah, to be at this point, a lot of them, it's just not profitable to do a lot of these. Like, as much as I would like love them to make like a new F-Zero, I know why they're not doing it. Because let's be real, it would be like people act like, oh, new F-Zero would sell millions of copies. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. F-Zero is and always has been a niche game. Like, on the Super Nintendo, it was relevant, but that's because, oh, wow, Mode 7. But, like, after that, it's always been, like, super niche. And even if it came out now, it might do better than the average F-Zero game, but I don't think it would sell nearly the amount of units that they would to warrant continue developing it, I think. Especially when there's other options that are more relevant now. The fact that we got new Star Fox as recently as like 2015, and that on top of that, they released Star Fox 2 and made a big deal out of it for the SNES Mini, and on top of that, add the Star Fox stuff in Starlink Battle for Atlas is legitimately shocking to me, because that's just barely on the cusp of being one of Nintendo's more major IPs. That is just barely on the cusp. Can't find anything about Luigi's Mansion on Treasure Wikipedia, but apparently they didn't make I know that they made Wario World, and that one is more obvious if you look at the art design. It is very, like, Stretch Panic. It's very, Mischief Makers. Wii Music sequel when? Oh yeah! We need Wii Music 2, Wii Music harder, man. We need a new Advanced Wars. I never played Advanced Wars. What we do need, and I never played this either, but I know that people actually quite like this game. We need a new Golden Sun. I never played those games. Apparently they're like really, really stupid good. But I've never played them. Apparently they're like really good beginner RPGs. But like they can still be like really entertaining and enjoyable if you're more of like a hardened RPG veteran. That was game over. Okay, so what's it called? Yeah, Void, go ahead. Bring some stuff down to the freezer. Arc System... ArcSys made Sonic Drift? What? That's fantastic! I had no idea! Also, everyone say hi to Void. Whoa, why is Jill Valentine in this game? Like, I'm looking at like the cover art and they got the dude with a gun, but they've also got like the other, like the woman in the back, and she looks exactly like Jill Valentine. But yeah, Void, go right ahead. Bring your stuff down. I never played Golden Sun. Again, I hear it's really good. I should probably get around to playing it. What you bringing down? Okay. Oh, okay. Just... What? No. Everyone says hi, by the way.
Hello. I agree with Golden Sun.
He says hi back, and then he agrees about Golden Sun in case you couldn't hear him.
I have to beat one of those games too. I haven't played them in forever.
And more people are still saying hi. What? Oh, what? You're a freezer? This is a mess. Okay, so the first thing I'm noting about Xenocrisis' music is that the drum sampling is very, like, not Genesis-y. That's really weird. Yeah, it sounds very high quality as opposed to the... Oh, see you later. Oh, thank you for the host, Niv Milk. And Void says bye, by the way. The host is very much appreciated. I was confused because the message actually, like, on my end, popped up as a message from the DC Abides from 2 days ago when he donated $5 when I didn't die in Minecraft. So I was like, wait, but it says Niv, what's happening? It was very weird. But yeah, thank you very much for the, host, my dude. It's very, like, not Genesis sounding. The drum samples, anyway, like that, I can still definitely tell it's all Genesis, like, meow, 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 meow. That's very Genesis. In fact, this is gonna sound a bit weird, but you know what some of, like, the music samples remind me of? Like the psh, psh, whatever you want to call that. It reminds me of, the Game Boy Advance. Like, the better songs in the Game Boy Advance. Like, not like, some Game Boy Advance games. Where, okay. I think we can all agree on one thing. The Game Boy Advance had a rough sound chip. A lot of it was due to... And I love the Game Boy Advance. A lot of it was just due to, I think it was just... No, you know what? I don't even think it was the sound chip. I think it was the, the speaker quality was quite low. So a lot of music sounded very, like, bit crushed. Again, better documentation of the Mega Drive's hardware allows them to compress stuff more expertly. Yeah! There's a lot more... That's a good way to put it. It sounds like there's a lot more, like, compressed audio bits going on here, which is really cool. Believe it or not, the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance don't have sound chips at all. I can believe that. I'm assuming that, like, all the stuff is built into the carts then. And then they have the speakers. So I guess that would allow for more customizability with how you want to handle sound, but, like... That's probably why you don't hear as much like people trying to like do like, oh well, this is like the Game Boy sound font, because I'm assuming there wasn't really one Game Boy sound font that. From their CPU, that's weird. That is weird. Programmers use data compression on these cartridges are remarkable. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like just I love finding out like when people like make new games on old hardware, or like run games like emulators of older hardware, where they'll be like, oh, I made a like somebody like I don't know who, but right now somebody's in the process of like making like ostensibly remaking Sonic Extreme on actual Sega hardware. It's called Sonic Z Stream, which is a reference to something involving the programming. I don't know. And that's like it's very like early phases right now, but that's like still like such a cool idea. Especially since I feel like we were gypped for not having a 32-bit Sonic game on the Saturn, like a proper 32-bit Sonic like platformer on the Saturn. The closest thing we have now is the Sonic Roboblast 2 with the 3D models activated. And the Mega Drive has 2 sound chips. I knew that. One of them is the same as the Master System sound chip. Yeah, which is why in some Sega Genesis music you can hear a bit more like the bloop, 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 like you hear like on the Master System. If I remember correctly, aren't the Sega Genesis sound chips, weren't they like provided or like developed by Yamaha or something? And aren't they like, I might be misremembering this, but aren't they like remarkably close to the sound chips that Sega had in their arcade machines when the Genesis actually came out? Yee. I know that the Super Nintendo had sound chips developed by Sony, because that was one of the others is Texas Instruments, which is super weird to hear, because whenever I think of Texas Instruments, I think of calculators, so it's very unusual to hear that. But you know, when I think of Yamaha, I think of synthesizer pianos, so like, you know. But I mean, I guess that makes more sense for them to be developing a sound chip. But I don't know. I don't know what else Texas Instruments makes. I only really know them for yeah, like this guitar sample doesn't sound like a traditional Genesis guitar sample. I mean, like, it does, but it doesn't. If that makes sense. Like, it's like, I can tell it's on Genesis. Probably because of, like, the other things that do sound more Genesis-y. But, like, I can tell it's on Genesis. But this isn't exactly what I would call, it's not what I would call traditionally Sega Genesis sounding, like, music. In a way. Or no, that's not a good way of putting it. Because, like, this is totally Sega Genesis music. But... like, I guess a lot of the instruments don't sound particularly Genesis-y. And that's cool. What is Yamaha the other side? It's absolutely FM synthesis. I'll take your word for it because you're the music man. I don't... You and Kaze are the music dudes. I don't know anything about, like, making music, particularly that sort of thing. All of what I know is based more on general knowledge of researching hardware and that sort of thing. And even then, that's not all accurate, so... yeah, not a man. I know, and I didn't mean it that way, but I will be more careful with phrasing next time. Apologies. Music, folks. That's a better way of putting it. It also actually sounds like something I would say. So yeah, music, folks. I like that. You caught yourself. I know you're not doing it on purpose. Oh, thank you for understanding. I am a doofus, so Oh god, does it do on the... No, that's just left over from the hair. Okay. Oh, thank god. I always get, like, really nervous when I'm like, oh god, how much of this am I gonna have to go back and fix? Jeez, we're only... Holy man, we're only 5 songs in. These are some long tracks. For Genesis games, anyway. They're only about, like, 4 minutes each. But for Genesis games, this is long. A lot of Genesis music sounds pretty good. Developers tend to program a sound driver in their games, though. Bad sound drivers cause digital samples to sound scratchy and distorted. Yeah. That's kind of why, it's probably a good thing that we have more universal sound systems in games and whatnot, because it's like, that's less worry for the, devs. I mean, on the flip side, it's less interesting, but, like, that's just kind of the case with technology. As it gets more uniform, that's the case in Sonic 2 and 3, but not 1. What, like, it sounds, like, scratchy? I never thought Sonic 2 and 3 sounded scratchy at all. Like, Sonic 3 I think it sounds amazing. Or do you mean Sonic 1 sounds scratchy? Because I don't necessarily think that sounds, like, scratchy either. The drum samples? I don't know. I always thought they sounded fine. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, you would know better than me. And speech... Okay, the speech sounds are distorted. I will give you that. Yes. I never minded that so much, but, like, definitely there is distortion in them. That's probably why Michael Jackson didn't like how it sounded, because like, probably... With the songs that didn't make it in... I don't know how many of them didn't make it in, but, like, you probably heard, like, the sound samples. It was like, oh, wow, I don't like how that sounds at all. But yeah, at least me personally, I never noticed an issue with the music from Sonic 2 or 3. And I think Sonic 2 and 3 have much better sounding music than Sonic 1 does. At least in terms of actual composition. Maybe in terms of sound quality, if I listened to them back to back, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, well, no. I mean, I don't think anyone's arguing that Sonic 3 or Sonic 2 or 3's music sounds terrible, because, I mean, it's Sonic 2 and 3. They have two of the best, like, generally well-regarded soundtracks on the system, and there's a reason for that. It's because the actual, like, compositions and whatnot are really, really good. Especially in 3. I legitimately, I think Sonic 3 has some of the best music that ever existed in Sonic. It's too bad they can only use a handful of it. Because, again, a lot of it was composed by Michael Jackson, and I believe it's owned by his estate. Revenge of Shinobi has some low-quality drum samples, rather muffled. Now, yes, that I could definitely tell in Revenge of Shinobi. I think that too. I think MJ didn't like how it sounds distorted because the sound driver is not superiorly programmed in Sonic 3. Yeah, that's probably why, because I've always thought that was weird, because, like, he was fine with the music in Moonwalker, so what changed? I guess that's what changed. I wonder why they didn't do that, for Sonic 2 and 3. I never noticed a difference, but it's Yuzo Korisho, so it's lovely overall. That's fair. Of course, as someone who's not a musician, I probably wouldn't pick up on that immediately. Again, now that I'm gonna go back and listen to it, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, actually, the drums do sound a little bit distorted. But, like, not that that'll ruin the songs or anything, because, again, the compositions are still good, and I quite like the sound. Excuse me. And I quite like the sounds that they use in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Okay, this one's easy. I just have to get rid of all the color and redo it there. Okay. Although I do have to fix some line art. I'm gonna layer, duplicate. Don't die on us, Josh. No promises. It's probably because I've been talking so much this stream. Normally okay, here's the thing. I talk quite a bit on my streams, but not this consistently, if that makes sense. I've been rambling like almost done this.
I like that the symbols in Xenocrisis are literally just noise, but done in a specific way. Well, technically, isn't all music just noise, but done in a specific way? I have to go back and fix the liner. This is a dramatization of one time I got my hair cut. The barber didn't literally anime away my hair. I think someone's vacuuming upstairs. Fake high pass filter in my Mega Drive! Get it away, get it away, get it away. Just out of curiosity, folks, if right now, gun to your head, you had to pick a favorite game soundtrack, what would it be? No, it's a marvel of sound design. Oh, I know it is. I was being facetious. Okay, so I'm not going to include, like, here's the thing. On a regular day, I would say Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But because that has a lot of recycled music, I'm not going to count that. For, like, completely... Cop-out answer is Xenocrisis. That's a good choice from what I'm hearing. It's damn good music. It wouldn't be my pick, but it's definitely really good stuff. I think my favorite game soundtrack is probably Sonic Adventure. Like that music is amazing. Like if you ever just like sit down and just listen to Sonic Adventure's soundtrack. I know the game itself, I mean, it is a bit divisive in that the internet literally flips a coin every week to decide whether or not they like it or not, but the sound, the soundtrack for Sonic Adventure is something else. Streets of Rage, music composed by Koshiro. Oh, good choice. Streets of Rage. Actually, Cave Story. From what I understand, Cave Story is quite good music. I haven't listened to a lot of it. Mostly because I haven't played Cave Story. That's another game I could play. I'm a little bit wary of the paid versions, though, because I know that Nicholas kind of did the original developer dirty. Originals for, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of getting the original, maybe streaming it. Maybe I'd do like a blind playthrough and see where things go. You should definitely stream it at some point. It's a great game. I heard it's a really good game. It's also like one of the first like really big indie darling games, because that game was a big deal even when I was fairly young, and that was like one of the first like big indie games I remember hearing about. Not that, obviously, there haven't been any indie games that came out before that, but that was, like, one of the big ones I saw like, get, like, a big fandom, and, like, in the same kind of way that, like, Five Nights at Freddy's did, or, like, Undertale did. Literally a one-man project. It's insanely impressive. It is! Cave Story is extremely impressive, and heart-wrenching. Yeah, I hear that, too. I would love to make music like Savage Regime, to be honest. Savage Regime? Is that, Is that like the group who composed this? Oh yeah, like Daniel Barlin. That's his. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind like having a game with a soundtrack like this. Honestly, if I were to, again, like I said, like one of like my million projects was I'd like to make a game, and I wouldn't mind the sound kind of being a bit like this. Pardon me. I imagine it being a little bit more Freedom Planet-y, but like Freedom Planet also has a really good soundtrack. If you haven't heard that, taken the time to just listen to the Freedom Planet soundtrack, highly recommended. Good stuff. Right. Yeah, I have to fix the line work. My favorite. I follow Wolfle on SoundCloud. I don't have a SoundCloud. Anyways, I'm starting to calm down a little bit now. As a friendly reminder that you can either sub or donate, and that helps me to continue doing these streams so I can continue to ramble about music with people. A subscription will get you some super cute emotes. Just some of these folks here. Most of them are available on tier 1, so if you can only do tier 1, that's perfectly fine. And on top of that, you can also throw me a tip through my Streamlabs. It's very much appreciated. This is my job, so this is how I make money. My subscription actually just removed this morning. Enjoy your extra $10. Fantastic! That's good to hear, Kaze. I actually had no idea because I was never told. Thanks, Twitch! I was never informed that you did that, but that's great. That's good to hear, because that means I can eat. Of course, having more money is always fun. So if you haven't subbed yet, or if you have and you still want to throw some money my way, those are your options. I'd really appreciate it. Again, I recognize I'm in full shill mode today, but you know. Sometimes when you're an indie creator, you just gotta go into full shill mode. It can't be helped. But yeah, Sonic Adventure is probably my favorite game soundtrack. It's quite good. Oh, that's color for some reason. Alright. Oh, wait, what did I... Oh, I'm a dunce. I realized what I did wrong. Okay, let's, oh, there we go. I am so smart. SMRT. The song is my second favorite in the OST. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it. Area 6? Oh, also, if I can continue being in show mode, if you look at the top of the chat, you can see that there's a leaderboard for gift subs. If you gift a sub, basically I get the money, but somebody else gets a subscription. It's a very generous thing you could do for myself as well as someone else. It's a really cool thing to do. You can donate at different tiers. You can donate to multiple. You can do it for multiple people at once, and that's how the leaderboard works. The more you gift sub, the higher your place in the leaderboard is. Right now, we currently don't have a leader, so you could be the person to take that spot. It's kind of like a game. Animating Foxmen getting their ears cut is not cheap work, my dude. Yeah, no, so far I'm listening to this, it's really good. I mean, I didn't have any doubt it was going to be good. Oh, and something else. When people donate, I'm less likely to shill, so you have to hear me be annoying less. I'm joking. Just to make it clear, you're under no obligation. But enough about... But no, seriously though, enough about shilling. Let's get back to discussing music. But, like, if you actually, like, even just outside of, like, being a Sonic fan, if you just, like, sit down and listen to the Sonic Adventure soundtrack, it's surprisingly strong. Like, it's very good. I say surprisingly, Sonic music's always good, but, like, it's very, very strong. I think, it's amazing to me. It is! It's absolutely, like, incredible. It's probably... This is gonna sound like really weird. It's probably the most, not counting something like Generations where they like reuse and remix tracks. It's probably like the most Sonic-y sounding like soundtrack to me. Like when I think of Sonic music, it's usually like that. I know a lot of people usually think, oh, Genesis or whatever. Like, and don't get me wrong, that is Sonic-y. I don't so much mean in terms of instrumentation, but just the way, the energy of the music, the way that it is, the way it kind of encapsulates the different areas. It's among the most varied. It's an extremely varied soundtrack, and I like when Sonic music is varied. Like, I like Sonic Adventure 2, but the reason why I don't think its soundtrack is better than Adventure 1, when I pretty much love everything else about that game more, is that, that game's soundtrack isn't anywhere near as varied. And so, it's a lot more... There's a lot more, I guess, I don't want to say butt rock, because that's kind of a derogatory term, but there's a lot more butt rock, and I guess... kind of cheesy anime rock and techno, and they sound really good. I love the Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack, but like, it's just it's not as varied, so a lot of the tracks don't stand out as much. Also, Live and Learn notwithstanding, the vocal tracks in Sonic Adventure 1 are just better. Can I see the butt pic when you were finished anime? What? What are you talking about? What butt pic? What? What butt pic? I said butt rock! This one is my favorite. Very nice. Okay, I'm confused. What dresser? You can't just leave me on the lurch like that. What are you talking about, butt pic? Butt rock. Again, I don't really like using the word butt rock to like. The heck. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, I signed it to the wrong layer. Okay. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm having some technical hiccups with the, Okay, it was on frame 39. Okay, No. In the... Oh, my goodness. In the color, please. There we go. I love how deep those guitars go. No, seriously, I do too. They sound really good. But no, seriously, Dresser, what are you talking about? What butt pic? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean the ref? You wanted to see his Rudy Tooty Stinky. Okay. Colonel! Alright, there you go. Merry Pringles. Did somebody say technical hiccups? The thing that just makes every one of these streams complete? Wait, what happened? Have I been cut off? Can you guys hear me? Or do you mean the thing I did? No, you're fine. Oh, no, that wasn't a technical hiccup. That was me being a doofus. Okay, scared me there for a second. I thought, like, sorry. It's all good. Just make yourself clear next time, because that scared the heck out of me. I was like, oh no, have I fallen and I can't get up? But no, you're alright. Oh, I gotta fix some more line work. Blech. Just so used to being ridiculed when things go, oh no, hon, it's alright. You didn't do anything wrong. It's okay. Oh, I just realized I should probably be changing the thing on the side of his face. Ugh, I hate when I do that, when I'm like, oh, it's done! Oh, wait, no, it's not, because I made like 1,000 little mistakes, and they're gonna bother me if I don't fix them. Ugh! Alright. So yeah, it should be a little bit more flat here. So let's fix that. I know that feeling, as do I. Don't worry about it. I think we all do, at least to some extent. After all, the school system sets us up for being ridiculed when we're wrong. Sorry. I'll keep my anti-school rants to a minimum, because stay in school, kids. Like no, that's completely fair. I know, it's kind of like the shilling. I don't want to do too much of it because I know it gets annoying after a while. And y'all are like super awesome and I don't want to like annoy y'all, so like... It is a privilege to have you people watching my stream. Oh, did I not? Yeah, no, I still have some fixes I need to make. Urgh! I should pick up bass guitar again. You should. Oh my gosh. Also, Fenbot says hi, everyone. Oh, heck, are we buffering? Is everyone else fine? You're good, T-Chap? I didn't even know you're still here, T-Chap. You've been lurking for most of the stream. Yeah, sorry I'm editing a video. No, it's all good, dude. You don't have to chat. I just didn't know you were still here. Everything's fine on my end. Yeah, I think it's just you then, Kaze. I'm sorry. Ugh, I don't know why... That just sounds like a Twitch thing. I don't know why they've been so bad about that lately. Another sort of Mick Gordon-y song. I think I might actually change the line work here a bit, because aside from having to fix some of it, I think his cheek is still protruding out a little bit too much. Because, like, it kind of looks like he's, like, got punched in the jaw or something. Hey, CJ, how you doing? So it's like an in-between, so it's going to be a little bit weird looking regardless. That's fine. I apologize if we get to drag down the moon. Things are just really stressful, and even the small things are going to take a It's alright, dude. Don't worry about it. I know you're in a bit of a poopy mood. It seems a lot of people are, too. Blitzio wasn't in the highest spirits either. It seems like it's just one of those days, it seems like. I hope, at the very least, I can provide some entertainment through difficulty. If nothing else, I enjoy doing that. Good, good. I'm glad you're doing good, good, my dude. I do feel that things have been rough, cause yeah, I'm with DC on this. Oh, say hey, Poppin! How you doing, Poppin? Poppin's popping in. This video does end with all the game's sound effects. Oh, I'm not on a video. I'm on a playlist that was uploaded by Bitmap Bureau. Gonna hang out with friends. Very nice. It's nice to see you back in the stream. I feel happy and safe when I'm here with you, like everywhere else. That's why I always get so bad shit when I have to miss out. I'm glad. I'm glad you feel. I'm glad you enjoy these streams. I wish the circumstances weren't so unfortunate for like you outside of these streams in a way. I guess I don't know. That sounds judgy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I hope things get better. Now I gotta watch 2 hours worth of videos in order to do one assignment. Ah, gross, 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 gross. You help me too. I'm glad, D. I'm glad I can help. It's if I can do anything in this life, is I just want to help people. I want to make people like I know I joke a lot like, oh well, you know, I need the money to survive, but like the real reason why I tend to do this, why I do this, is just I like entertaining people. Like, money's good, and I need it to survive, but the reason why... And this is a fun job, but the key reason why I do this is because it entertains people. It makes them happy. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel whatever. You destroyed my day! Your kindness has ruined everything! Yes! Kei Kakudori! I butchered that pronunciation. What are you gonna do about it, not T-Jeff, I'm sorry. What are you gonna do about it, Poppin? I mean, to be fair, you're both lovely birdos, so I mean... Look at me trying to, fix his muzzle like an absolute smooth brain. All according to Keikaku! Dude, you're popping. No, Keikaku means plan. I love that. I love, like, bad, like fan sub-translations. It gives me life. My favorite part was, my favorite one ever was the one where they just decided to drop the F-bomb right in the middle of Sonic X. Who am I? Dude, you're popping. It's not that hard. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Ah, jeez, I missed a bunch of, like, gunk here. And I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to fix the line. Wait, what? Oh, it's actually a color thing, I guess. Okay. You got a gaming mouse now? Oh, what's his name? That's cool, my dude. I don't. I need one. I enjoy your voice and your commentary, Father. I enjoy that you enjoy it, Dresser. Now you can enjoy it even more. Yeah, because Poppin's here. And Poppin makes everything better. Jeez, I need to fix the line art over there. Ugh. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened? Oh, Poppin has just gifted a sub to Dresser. Oh, that's so generous, my dude. Thank you. And now Poppin is in the lead of gift subs. Ooh, I like this track. Sounds very, you know the opening theme to Sonic 3D Blast? It sounds like that. Whoa! Yeah, dude, thank you very much. Like, and, for the gift sub to Dresser. And that's a, I believe it was a second tier? I don't know, Twitter makes it hard, Twitter. Streamlabs makes it hard to tell. Oh no, it was a tier 1, but still, goddamn. By the way, you guys want to know, how many times Poppin has given gift subs? 22 gift subs in total. This guy's a mad lad. He cannot be stopped. I just want to message you on Twitter 2 months ago was the best decision I think I've ever made in my 20. Oh, thank you, Kaze. That means a lot. I'm glad I'm able to help. Your mouse lights up. Ah, I love it. Oh, that's so good. Just seeing what Soul Snowball did to I'm genuinely happy. You're genuinely happy. That's all I can ask for in this life. Yes, thanks, Poppin. Welcome. That's a lot of gift stuff. It is! And that's just, keep in mind, that's just in this Twitch. That's just this one. Think about all the other, he simps for his friends. I'm just imagining Ike, I simp for my friends. believe it's 46. Yes. No? 47. 47. I might actually, I'm gonna... I believe that's in between? Yeah, in between 10. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. Layer, duplicate... Let's not. Okay. Yeah. In that case. Ha! Oh my god. In that case, Poppin, if you'd rather not talk about it, we don't have to. It's all good. Just know that you're an incredibly generous dude. And that it legitimately warms my heart whenever you pop in. And it just, even like, you don't even have to have like. Oh, I'm adult. You don't even have to have like donated anything. It always makes me super happy when you pop in and see how things are going. Oh, we probably spent more on stage sometimes. I guess, but like, you know, it's a good feeling though, isn't it? I mean, if I had more money to donate, I would. Is the thing. Because I love like supporting my friends in their creative endeavors. I love seeing them grow. I love even people I'm not as acquainted with. If they're trying, it's kind of a case where it's like, oh, I want to drop a couple of bucks, you know. Unfortunately, as, you know, money is tight, I can't do that as much as I'd like to. But once money isn't tight, I will be more than happy to give back to the community, as it were, because I'd donate more if I could, too. But you are under no obligation to, D. Like, looking back at 22, that was like, I donated how much? To be fair, one time you just came in and you donated, like, 15. Like, that was a few streams ago. You dropped, like, 5 donations, and then, like, towards the end, you dropped, like, another 10. And then you dropped, like, another 10. And I was like, what? If you recall. I did come. You did. And, I'm sorry that your comm is taking so long, D. I'll try and get I'll try and get you an update on it again soon. I'm funny. Yes, you are. You're a funny burp man. Burp man. There's no need to feel down. I say burp man. It's okay. I know, but still, as someone who has paid for a service, and as me, as someone who likes trying to get people their product that they paid for as soon as possible. I always hate it when I have to like delay. Guaranteed things will pick up when this Foxtails video is over. I mean, it'd be nice if I can get it done before then. I'm gonna try and aim to have it done like before then, but you never know, right? I don't want to make any promises. Here, I'm actually because this is an in-between, I'm gonna actually color it in to kind of go along with the motion. Even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. I understand you got a lot of stuff to do. I appreciate the understanding, my dude. Again, that's all I can ask for. I say that a lot. I'm like, that's all I can ask for, but I've said that about a few things. Oh, wow. This sound sample's really, like, high quality. I'm no Birdman. I'm a penguin witch. That's right. You're a penguin witch. That art, by the way, that you showed me of your pengu, all dressed up like that was super cute, by the way. Oh my god, that guitar. Again, this is really technically impressive stuff that they're doing with the soundtrack here. So, for those of you who joined us and aren't familiar, this music is Xenocrisis. It's from a Sega Genesis game that was released in 2019. And it is crazy what they can do. Pace yourself as you can see fit. It can be tempted to just power through it, but don't burn yourself out. I'll freely admit I have been burning myself out lately. Like, just all of the... Oh, I think it is actually going to play like this. Yeah, it's playing the sound effects. And the voices. Alright, in that case, what else could we put on? Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to put on for a soundtrack. It's not Genesis E at all, but... Now, this is the soundtrack to a game called Freedom Planet, which is an indie platformer based largely on Sonic the Hedgehog and a bit of Gunstar Heroes. It's really, really good, and if you haven't played it yet, you owe it to yourself to at least play through it once. It's hard. It's really difficult, but it's that kind of difficult that's a lot of fun. You don't want to put it down. And it can be frustrating, but, like... It's really good. It's like... Oh, I love it. Freedom Planet is great. It's so good. I'm starving for information on that goddamn sequel. I'm still bummed out that they never released the DLC characters proper, like Torque and Spade. I used to play Freedom Planet. Then what happened, Dresser? Did you take an arrow to the knee? I can't believe I cracked out that little chestnut in the year of our Lord and Savior 2020. It is. It's actually really hard. Like it's not like Super Meat Boy hard, but it's I think it has a good satisfying difficulty curve. Like, it's hard, especially like the boss fight with Brevin. Like, god damn, that boss fight kicked my ass. But it's a surprisingly, like, good difficulty balance. The game doesn't feel like, haha, we're hard, like a lot of hard games do in the modern day, where it's like, oh, well, Dark Souls was hard, so now we'll just try and be hard. Or NES games are hard, so now we're just, the whole gimmick of our game is it's hard. I love Carol and her bike can go up ladders and drive on ceilings somehow. Carol is an awesome character. I love her as a character. I prefer Lilac's playstyle. It just feels a little bit more organic to me. I mean, they both play better than Mia, and I haven't tried the files for Torque or Spade, because unfinished files of them do exist in the game. They were meant to be finished and released as DLC, and it makes me really upset that we never got them. And that neither of them are playable in the sequel, as far as we know. We know the original 3 plus the panda woman with the ice powers is the 4th playable character. I was hoping it was going to be Spade or Torque. Or Serpentine. He would have been really cool. Mia speedruns are even, like, speedruns of Freedom Planet are crazy. Mia speedruns are, yeah, like, what the hell? Amusingly, despite getting the game long ago, I still haven't played Lilac yet. You should! She, the best way to describe it is, imagine Sonic 4, but good. And this is kind of for someone who likes Sonic 4, because the physics aren't exactly Sonic the Hedgehog. But imagine Sonic 4, but good meets Rocket Knight Adventures. It is a good way to describe Lilac. With a bit of Smash Brothers style combat thrown in there. But yeah, I'm a bit confused about their choice of a playable character for the 4th. Because, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's, like, I like that they added a 4th playable character at all. But it just, the character that they picked, I don't even remember her name. She was like I think like the officer, like sheriff or whatever, like the panda woman with the spear and the ice powers. She was a boss in the first game, sort of. And I think that that's a cool idea. I think Torque or Spade would have been cooler. Probably Spade, because I don't think Torque is in this one. I don't think he's in this one. Serpentine being an interesting character for the sequel. What does a Mind Slave do in it? He's in the sequel. Serpentine is a character in the second one. He's just not playable. Because if you remember, they make you think that Serpentine dies. During the end credits, they show him crawl out of his armor and go like, no! So Serpentine is still alive. Ah, what? What's wrong? Why ... ah? Why, did I say something wrong? Sorry, did I say something wrong? Ah! What did I say? I'm sorry. I don't want people to be mad at me. Oh my god! I forgot my favorite. I missed that in the credits. Oh, okay. You know what that reminds me of? It's the, he doesn't, like, make a noise or anything. It's just they have a little animation for it. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of a lot of people miss that in Shadow the Hedgehog. Eggman flat out says that he lied about Shadow being an android, so a lot of people think that Shadow is actually an android. Because of the stuff in that game. Okay. Dresser scream as you wish. Ah! Yeah, the chain here is actually mostly fine. I'm just gonna axe out the rest of it. Oh yeah, that part. And in fact, until they wait till the final boss to say that. Okay, I know why they waited till the final boss to say that. That should have been one of the first things that he said. Not like 10 minutes into the final boss, because it's extremely likely you're gonna miss that. Here's the thing, I missed that. Oh, how, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. That drives me nuts. I hate that. Like, why would you... That's a very important bit of development. Just saying. I forgot I actually have a character design for thing I want to do. Oh, what is it? You should do it. I can really see a lot of Freedom Planets used for a fighting game. Yeah, you know what? If they ever make, like, a Freedom Planet spin-off, I'd want it to be, like, a fighting game. Of course, this is also me being starved for a Sonic fighting game. I know that there's a Sonic Smackdown. Sonic Smackdown is good. I have some issues with the way it handles AI. And I don't have a lot of people to play with, so... You know... But yeah, no, I was talking about that idea I had for a game. I'd want, like, the music to kind of sound like Freedom Planet music. They're a nerdy fox and they're an inventor. Wow, I love them already. That's like 2 of my favorite tropes. 3, actually. Nerd, fox, inventor. There you go. I love the stupid in-between. When you spot the booty and transcend it to the 5th dimension. Random open question I just thought of. What was everyone's first RPG? Final Fantasy, like the very original. On the NES. That was the first RPG I ever played. Unless you want to be, like, really liberal with what you want to call an RPG, in which case, Simon's Quest, because I guess that game does technically have, like, leveling and things like that. Also on the NES. Heroes of Might and Magic. Pokemon Blue. Ultima 4, the NES version with the buck teeth. I didn't even know there was an NES version of Ultima 4. I always thought Ultima was strictly a PC thing. At least the original games. Paper Mario here. Ooh, that's a good one to start with. I love big and I cannot lie. Either they made a smallish mech or a power suit of sorts. Ooh, I like that. I have a character named Tracy. I never draw her anymore. I really should because she's awesome. and she's like this rat inventor, and she has like a thing that she wears that are like two sort of like giant robot arms. Yeah, 3 and 5 were on NES. In my opinion, 3 to 5 were on NES. In my opinion, 4 has the best graphics of them all. I've never played Ultima. My knowledge of it is pretty limited. I kind of want to replay it at some point, but I can't find the time. If you can ever find the time, I highly recommend it. It holds up extremely well. Most of the Paper Mario games are really good. The only ones that I'd say that aren't are the obvious ones. Color Splash and Sticker Star and Color Splash. Color Splash is better than Sticker Star, but it's still pretty mediocre. It does some good things. It looks really nice. The combat is still not good, but it's better. And the puzzles and locations you go to are a little bit more inspired in that one. Not by a ton, but a little bit better. Also, there are moments where it's legitimately really funny. Origami King took me by surprise. I was expecting that game to be kind of average, but like, damn. Like, it came out better than I think it had any right to. You don't really remember your first RPG game, Dresser? That's fine. Well, then what's the first game RPG you vividly remember playing through that? I love this stupid phase. I'm thinking their abilities are semi-automatic shot, a lock shot, and a CQC. Also possibly a hover too. Close quarters combat! If you don't mind my asking, what's this character for? D, or is it a secret? Is it a secret to everybody? Okay, we're almost done coloring, and I think after I'm finished coloring the Fox frames, we're probably gonna be done for the night. I think Ultima 4 still holds up pretty well. Kind of grindy, but I find the tactical battle system enjoyable. A lot of old-timey RPGs are grindy. Here's the thing. I love the original Mother. It's extremely grindy. Like, holy crap, that game is grindy. Like, you guys thought that, like, Earthbound, like Mother 2 is grindy. No, the first game. Oh my god, you have to do so much grinding to get anything done. It's better to just wander around for a while before you start anything and just kill things. Oh, I love the boss music. Well, it is going to be a game, but I don't know if it's going to be... Okay, that's such a mood, because I say I have an idea for a game. I have so many ideas for games. I have an idea for a fighting game. I have an idea for an RPG. I have an idea for, like, a platformer, which was the one I was talking about. I have an idea for a 3D platformer. I have an idea for a hack and slash. I have so many. I'm thinking 3D. Oh, that would be so cool. Look, if you ever need someone to do, like, art design for your game, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. That make for good exposure. Oh, thank you for reminding folks of the rules, Fenbot. But I'm pretty sure everyone here are regulars at this point. Which is fine. That means I don't have to shill. Have I been a bit obnoxious with the shilling tonight? I feel like I have. I feel like I've been a little bit too nudge, wink, wink, saying them all, you know? I mean, shilling's always annoying, but it's something sometimes you gotta do. Where's the reset rotate? Oh no! Okay, there we go. It's moved over there for some reason. Oh no, it's up here. I'm a dunce. Not obnoxious at all. You're okay. I appreciate that. If you want to help, that would be lovely. Fantastic! I'd be more than happy to help. Now we shall discuss going right now. Sorry. This wouldn't be the first time I worked on a project that I just thought was really cool for no pay. Because it's kind of like, you know, if I truly believe in it, sometimes it's alright, you know? The story in particular, I was thinking held up well. Given it was basically the first RPG with no clear antagonist, to sort of be a good person, then when you think you're ready, go to the final dungeon. Which is interesting. That's very open, and that's very ambitious for the time. That's very ambitious. Is it mostly text-based? Like, I know it has, like, visuals and like, how do they play? Oh, is this Serpentine's theme, I think? No, this is, I think this is Spade's theme. Which is really good. I don't have any other characters playing currently. Well, sometimes you just gotta start off with a main character, you know? I actually have a lot of characters made for that platformer project I have in mind. Ultima played kind of similar to most RPGs at the time, walking around in overworld towns and dungeons you could enter, and the battle system was less in-depth version of Fire Emblem. Okay. That's interesting. Although, didn't it come out first? Wasn't Ultima, like, one of the first, like, strat RPGs? But yeah, if it plays like Fire Emblem, I'm not sure. Not that Fire Emblem existed. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. So if it plays like Fire Emblem, I'm not sure I'd fancy it, because I've never been a big fan of Fire Emblem. I've always found it a little, annoying, I guess. And although, to be fair, a lot of my disinterest in Fire Emblem doesn't so much come from gameplay. I mean, there are Fire Emblem games that I think play well. Like, I love the ones with Ike, like Radiant Dawn and the other one. I think those ones are quite good. But a lot of the time, I just find Fire Emblem characters, like, annoying. So it's like... The Fox character, though, I'm thinking they'll have either golden yellow or orange yellow fur. Ooh. Maybe you go for golden yellow. That sounds a little bit more unique. Like, orange yellow sounds a lot like Tails. But a more golden yellow, I think, would help to make the character a little bit more distinctive. Not that taking, like, reference is a bad thing. I mean, like, if you look at my art, it's very Sonic-y, so, like... Dungeons, when entered, were basically a first-person made... Oh, that's weird! You wander down to the depths until you find a shrine room, then answer a moral question to obtain a stone that you need for the final note. Interesting. Zero is already enough Tails for me. Yeah, that's fair. But can you really have enough Tails, though? I just realized if I ever do make that platformer, people who are like into Tails are gonna go wild because that's the main mechanic of the game. People who are like, oh yeah, look at that big opossum tail. Maybe I'll show like some art of him if I have some on hand. I might not because I don't have my regular art USB plugged in because I needed something for the mic. Maybe? I don't know. That was more a joke than anything. A not particularly funny one. Though I think EA's version of all questions were glitched, and so no matter what question they gave you, you had to answer them yes, even if the question was, does that take pleasure in suffering? What the hell? Wow, great job, whoever ported the NES. I find that happened a lot with NES ports of, like, classic PC games. Like, I think it's Maniac Mansion has a similar thing, where I think it's technically unbeatable. I know that there's, like, words in it related to, like, I think, like, a contest that never actually got made. I know that, but I think also... Or it's either that or it's possible to glitch yourself into an unwinnable. I know that there are unwinnables, but, like... Big tail of my characters is Mick. His tail is bigger than his whole body. Ooh, big! Your video's lagging, Dressert? How about everyone else? Oh, well, I was thinking of streaming later for a bit. I could show you the games for a bit, if you want. If I'm even, like, awake at that point, because I gotta be honest, after this stream, I might just have dinner and then... Well, no, I already had dinner. I might just veg out for the rest of the night and then crash. We'll see. We'll see. Feel free to put it in the Discord. DC Abides, you are in the Discord, yeah? There's actually a fairly large amount of you guys in there, so sometimes I lose track, sorry. Mine's fine. It's definitely a connection issue, not a Twitch issue. Oh, thank God. Or a my connection issue. Because I'm like, no, we're almost done! Oh, that... Well, I mean, I do have to fix this anyway. Stop. Alright. Now this one's easy because all I have to do is I just have to turn the eyes white. That I am? Fantastic! Then just leave a thing in the Discord and you should be good to go. Mick is a really cute otter though. Yee. Big tail and good cute. And good cute. I am so good at the English, yes. Alright, now let's take a quick look at that animation and see if we missed anything. I think we got it. Let's play that back one more time. Oh, wait, go back. Wait, I think I made a boo-boo somewhere. I think it's around the shoulders. Nope, never mind, I'm good. I'm actually really happy with this now. Oh, thank you, D. Alright, so I'm just gonna save it. I'm gonna close it, and I believe Dressert wanted to see some booty action, so... Look at that booty. Show me the booty. Give me the booty. I want the booty. Beg of the booty. I need the booty. Look at that booty. Alright. So I'm gonna pause the music. So that's gonna be it for me today. Let's find someone to raid this time. Who be raiding or be in need of raiding? Would you ever take animation commission just out of your curiosity? Obviously nothing too great. Not at the moment, but when I feel like my animation has improved, I would. Let's check out Super Positive. But not right now, but I wouldn't mind in the future when I feel like that my anime Ice Dragon D eyes. Does that mean for animation commissions or because I showed the butt? Well, whatever. Slash raid Super Positive. Looking forward to them. Fantastic. Okay. We're gonna be rating Super Positive. I believe you'll get a. Anyway, thank you for all the kind words tonight. You seriously turned my night around. I'm really glad. I'm glad I was able to help any of you guys. You know, I'm just a silly fox here, just doing my thing, occasionally shilling, but for the most part, I'm just here to have fun. You know, having fun is my job, and making people hopefully feel better is my job as well. But even if it wasn't, I'd still be doing it because I care about you and I care about each and every single one of you. You guys make this possible, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. So with all of that sappiness out of the way, I'm going to send you guys over to Super Positive. If you are a sub, spam the boot, as we always do. And if not, just shout Fennec Invasion. Like so. Or you could do both. It's up to you. Anyway, I'm headed out now. Thank you very much. Enjoy the raid. Bye!
I just noticed the little fluffy popper in the corner. I animated that. I need to redo it because I changed my Sonos colors a tiny bit and it's off color now, but I animated that like last year. It is a little bit outdated though. But it was a lot of fun. Really nice. But thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? You're streaming art? I love art. I'm an artist. You should share your art with me.
What were you streaming? You were yeah, I was off. Never mind. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. You said it.